Hi, my name is Chris Ryan and welcome to this second video in this series all about the myths surrounding the golf swing and the golf game. Today we're going to be looking at some things which can help you during practice and some things which can help you with your performance out on the golf course. So welcome to this second video in this video series looking at and covering some of the myths that are out there around about the golf swing. And hopefully you've seen the first video, which was talking about lifting or looking for the ball too soon. If you haven't seen that video, I will link it in the corner here. Probably a good idea to watch that one first because this video series is going to continue and there's going to be a sort of trend to go through. So make sure you watch that video first. So when I was compiling this list of videos to put into this series, I really wanted to try and include videos that I thought were going to help people really improve their golf game, improve the quality of their practice. And that is why the two things that we're going to cover in this video are really hopefully going to help you next time you decide you're going to play and practice on your golf game, look to make some changes to your technique. And then the second myth is really going to be talking more about what happens on the golf course and what you can do to give yourself some better information. So the myth that we're talking about in this video is that feel is real. I can guarantee you 100% feel is not real. So what do we mean by this? So let's say I go for a golf lesson. I go to see a coach and that coach decides that they want to change something that's happening in my backswing. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to understand hopefully what I'm trying to do. So that coach is going to explain to me what I need to change, why I need to change it, what that's going to do to impact and how that's going to influence the ball. That's how every lesson should be, how it's going to affect impact. Once I get my head around that, I've then got to try and implement those changes. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm probably going to feel like I do what he's asked me to do. This is where we start to get that first hurdle. Just because I feel like I'm doing something, it does not mean that I am. And this is the real sort of hurdle I see golfers stumbling at when they come for lessons. They often are of the understanding that because it feels different to them, and because they feel like they're doing the right thing, they must be doing the right thing. It is very, very rarely the case. So let's take my golf swing for example. My tendency is early on in the golf swing, I get the club head a little bit too much in behind my hands. I get the golf club a little bit too flat halfway back, and at the top I get the club a little bit across the line. I know my golf swing quite well. I know what I need to do to change it. Now, if you ask me to hit a shot, and to feel like I keep the club more outside my hands, feel like I get the club a little steeper, and feel like I get the club laid off, I will make a golf swing feeling I do those things. I absolutely guarantee you, when I put it back, having videoed it, it does not look like that. I have to appreciate and understand that. Because if I didn't understand that, I could quite happily go to the driving range for an hour, hit balls, feeling like I'm doing those things, but I'm not actually doing those things. So I can go for an hour, not really making any progress. I go to the range the next day, an hour, not really making any progress. I then maybe go back to my coach in 2 weeks' time, he puts it on video and he says, it's no different. And I kind of think, and I say, well, I was doing it in practice. And this is something I hear day in, day out from people I see for lessons. They'll come back for their second lesson, we video it, it's no different, and they say, but I was doing it last week. And they really believe they were doing it because it felt like they were doing it. This is not real. We have to understand that feel and real are not the same. So what I really have to do is I have to have some sort of feedback that tells me whether I'm doing this move, because the feelings won't relate to the positions. So I have to have some feedback. Or if I don't have feedback, if I'm here and I want to be here, I've absolutely got to feel it's over here. I absolutely have to feel it's over here. So when I practice, my feelings are that I don't move the club head inwards from the ball at all. I feel like my takeaway is like this. I feel like at halfway back, the grip of the club points outside my heels. And I then feel that from here to the top, I get the grip pointing out in front of me. So when you see me rehearse my golf swing, I will rehearse this, this, this. And when I hit a ball, I'm absolutely 100% committed to doing that. It will never ever look like that, trust me. When I feel like I do that, it actually starts to look about what it should look. So really understanding that feel and real are not the same. It is a myth to think that if you feel you're doing something, you are doing something. So Hopefully that leaves you in a place. I'll hit a shot a bit later to show you what I'm trying to mean. The second thing we're going to cover in this video, and this is a massive myth from the golfers that I see, and hopefully you will not fall into this category, but if you do, you definitely need to change this. It is a myth that golfers hit the ball as far as they feel or they think that they do. Very, very, very rarely do I see a golfer come in and they're accurate with the distances that they hit the ball. So if you are that golfer who feels like you hit the ball further than you do, you definitely need to address this, because out on the golf course, that is definitely going to give you some issues. You're going to be landing in front bunkers, you're going to be landing in water hazards, you're not going to be reaching those back flags. We really need to establish the distance that you hit the ball, write this down. The best way to do this initially is go and see a professional or someone who has got access to a TrackMan, a GC2, a launch monitor, which is going to give you accurate information. Go through your bag, get your gapping, get your distances with each club. You want to be hitting around about 10 to 12 shots, maybe take out the best and the worst and take an average and take the carry distance. We want the carry, not the total. The total, you can factor that in when you're on the course based on conditions, but you need the carry distance. All too often I'll hear golfers coming in with a swing speed, with an iron, let's say a 6-iron at kind of high 70s. I know what distance that golfer can hit the ball with that swing speed, and they'll tell me they hit their 6-iron 170 yards, which is not a million miles away from tour level. And if that golfer goes on the course with that information, they're not going to score the best score they can, because their information is wrong. They're therefore going to make the wrong selection in terms of clubs. They're therefore going to come up short. They're going to try and swing faster. All of these things are going to really influence your ability to play to your best ability on the course and shoot the lowest score that you can. So today, the two myths that we're trying to dispel and we're trying to get you out of thinking it, feel is not real. We have to appreciate that if we're trying to change our golf swing. And the distances we hit the ball, we have to know what they are exactly. Carry distance as an average for about 10 shots per club, and then work out roll out on the golf course. It may well be you just have to readjust your distances and you have to accept that you hit the ball maybe 10, 15 yards shorter than you do, but I guarantee it's going to help you score better when you're out on the course. So let me go ahead and hit a shot, and I'm going to show you exactly what I mean with feel versus real. I'm going to try and make a golf swing, and I'm going to keep the club head outside my hands. I'm going to keep it steep, and I'm going to lay it off at the top. But you will see that it will not look anything like that, and it hopefully will look pretty decent. So you're going to have a better idea already about what that looked like. I will need to look at it back on camera, but I can guarantee you it won't have looked like it was here and it was laid off at the top. It will hopefully have looked pretty decent. So feel is not real. That's what we have to understand. And then distances out on the course, get those right. If you can understand and appreciate those two bits, your practice is going to be more efficient and your performance on the course is going to be a lot better as well. So thank you very much for watching. Make sure you've watched video 1, this is video 2. Make sure you keep your eye out for videos 3 and 4 coming in this video series, dispelling some of the myths that are around the golf game and the golf swing. Usual stuff is down below, comments box, like button, and also a link to subscribe. More videos coming each and every week. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.